Oh, really?
Well, you're boring me.
Yeah. Tommy, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but here's a fact.
Oh, facts about Randy. Randy
Here's a
facts.
fact. I am a father.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Can you
Yay,
even believe it?
yeah, that's a fun story.
I mean, it's a super fun story, right? Here's how it goes. I put a baby in my wife, and then the baby. I don't know if you know this about babies, but when you put a baby in your wife, the baby always wants to come out for some reason.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
that's a good thing, I think.
yeah, so that's what happened. The baby came out, and now I have this little mini me.
It came out at the strangest of times.
You think it was the strangest? So this gentleman, sir, here, he thought he would be a great friend. Actually, his wife, the beloved, came up with this idea, and he will take all the credit.
I was gonna correct you.
Okay, there's no need. I already know where credit is due. But for the purposes of this program, I'll say that you came up with the idea. This thoughtful lad, he said, you know what? My good pal here, Randy, he's going to have a bouncing baby boy. I should throw him a kick-ass diaper party.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Uh-huh.
and I tell
Yeah.
what?
And I was gonna say, what'd you say?
And I said, well, Tommy, that's a week out from the due date. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
But you went along with it. You were just like,
How could
well,
I say no to such a grand gesture? Like, I didn't want to hurt your little feels.
oh, good.
Yeah, that's right. I know you're a gentle soul. You're real
Oh,
fragile. You are. You'd write some poems and I don't know, scrawl down some feelings in that journal of yours.
well, did the party go on without you?
The party went out and without me because my wife Pookie, whom I adore, she said she was so adamant that I not go to this diaper party that she's like, I'm just gonna have this baby right now. And I'm like, I double dog dare you. And she goes, bet. I goes, on God. She said, say less. And then
Oh,
she went ahead and had a baby.
all the lingo too. You got to teach the baby all the cool hip slang.
Oh man. I think he's ahead of the game already.
Yeah.
We have that father son dynamic, because he already hates my stinking guts. I'm just not who he wants to be around most of the time, and that's
What a
hurtful.
guy. What a guy.
Yeah,
Smart man.
I know. Smart man. He may be the smartest man there ever was by the time it's all said and done. He is my scion, my seed, my spawn, my offspring. So,
Yeah. What are you gonna name him? I mean, what are you gonna nickname him for the pod here?
what am I going to name? Well, it's been 2 months and I still haven't came up with a name. So
That nickname.
I've just been calling him Blank the whole time,
Blake wouldn't be bad.
Bla-
Kind of like Blake.
oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, that's what you should call him on the podcast.
I don't know about that. Oh, Blank. I see.
Yeah, it was funny because around 8:30 you sent me a picture and I yelled to all of our drunken friends, "We have a baby!"
We have a baby.
Yeah, it was fun. And then we sent you a video of us doing shots.
Yeah, which I didn't want. I don't know if you know about having a baby. Should I get into all this? It's a real wild time. There's a lot going on.
I bet.
There is a lot going on, and I was there front and center, and you hear all these stories about, oh, it's so gross, bleh,
Yeah.
and people passing out, and it was nothing like that. What it is goddamn amazing. Like, I can't believe. So, this little human being was inside my wife Pookie, whom I adore, and minutes later, this human being, albeit a miniature human being, was laying there on her stomach, like crying and shit. And I'm like, that's weird. How was that inside of you? How did that get through you and into this world?
It's a miracle, Randy.
Man. 3 cheers for women, by the way, because there's no modesty when it comes to having a baby. There's none.
Yeah.
I mean, people are in and out of that room. Your junk is all like, here it is. And, you know, the weirdest shit happens. Like, so her water wouldn't break. And do you know what this means, Tommy? Her water wouldn't break.
So that's like the embiotic sac or whatever.
Absolutely. And
that's smart boy.
You're such a scholar.
I retained something.
Yeah. So her water wouldn't break, but baby was coming whether her water broke or not.
It's like, I'm coming on this goddamn diaper party. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to ruin that fucking Tommy's good time. And to your credit, you know, I texted you. I'm like, oh, baby's coming. And you responded back, ruin my fucking party.
The party went on. The show
Party went on.
It did.
I'm really upset because there was a lot of cool kids there and folks I hadn't seen in a fortnight. But
yeah, people came far and wide for you.
Yeah. But anyway, so the water wouldn't.
Had to ruin it.
Yeah, I know. Women do that. They ruin everything. So the baby wasn't coming, and the water wasn't breaking, and baby was coming. So they said, well, we've got to break the water for her. I'm like, oh, what's this? And so they took what do you think they did, Tommy?
I'm not gonna say. I mean, I have no guesses on that, and it all sounds, I don't know, weirdly. I don't know.
They took a pointy stick.
Ew.
And shoved it up her and poked it until it broke.
Ugh.
I'm like, medical science is weird.
Yeah. Just gonna go back to year one with the spear.
Exactly.
Don't hit him in his head. Watch his eyeballs.
And it's kind of weird. Like, it hasn't dawned on me that I'm a father of a son here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I see the kid, and he looks like me. And
you see him.
Yeah. I see him. He's not some illusion in my head, I think.
Glad you're not a deadbeat.
Yeah.
You're like, I come around.
I mean, yeah. So, you know, I've got 3 stepdaughters, and I mean, you know how it is with stepdaughters. You have 2 of your own, and they end up becoming your daughters, right? You
That's very true. Yeah.
View them as your own children, as did I. And, you know, my wife, Pookie, whom I adore, asked me how it felt to be a dad, and, you know, like, did it feel different having my own biological child? And I said the stock answer to not get a divorce of, oh, you know, I view them all the same, you know, which I did, you know, I do, you know, those are my kids, but also my son is my kid. And it wasn't until a couple days later that I figured out the difference. So the difference is, I guess, I don't know, I might be the first person in the history of the world to be an old 40-year-old man that has his first child while having stepkids before that. Yeah. And the difference is I'm obsessed with the son. Obsessed. Like, this kid is going to grow up thinking he was the child star of some reality show because I got a camera in his face so much. Yeah.
You just reminded me of a Dave Landau joke that Dave posted of him doing crowd work the other day on his TikTok account. But he was talking to a guy in the front row that was really old. And you couldn't see the guy, but from what they were talking about, you could tell that he was old. And it came out that the guy is like an 8-year-old son. And Dave's like, holy shit. He's like, what? Whoa. He's like, what are you going to get him for graduation? You in a coffin? Yeah. And that's what made me. I don't think he'll be dead at 68, Randy, but
I hope not. Not.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, God, I'm 40. I just turned 41, actually.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. I missed your birthday, or did I tell you happy birthday?
No, you didn't tell me shit.
Oh well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I missed Nate's birthday too. When's his birthday?
Today.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, how old's this kid gonna be when he how old am I going to be when this kid graduates? Oh, geez. And then I thought real hard, and I'm like, holy shit. This kid has a real shot of seeing the year 2100. And that blew my mind.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, he'd be 80. Wow.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that is 2100. You know, I've never said that out loud before.
It's a weird thing to say, isn't it?
It's 2100. Hey, if Elon Musk turns us all into like half robots, we might all be there.
I want to be a half robot. That'd be cool.
Like the Terminator?
No, T-1000. I want to be liquid metal, baby. I want to morph and shit.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I guess being a dad's quite fun, huh? You change a lot of the diapers, I would assume.
I change a lot of it is quite fun. It's one of the this is so cliche. It's like the most magical thing in the world, but for about 10 minutes of the day. Like when he's looking into your eyes and you see a tiny version of yourself staring back at you. But then there's the other, I don't know, several odd hours of the day when this tiny creature howls directly into your ear. And you have to play the choose your own adventure game of what will appease this 2-month-old boy on this day. I mean, I'm sitting here over the moon having this child, and he's got to be so moody. Like, don't barge in on my zen, bro. Like, so I think he was like 5 days old, and I was left alone with him.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, right? I'm like, mother goes away. Father's all alone.
Well, I guess no news is good news.
Well, you know, I instantly turned into bumbling sitcom dad. Like, I was Michael Keaton and Mr. Mom.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh, it was so great. So, mom leaves. Kid's sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boy is sleeping. Mom leaves, pulls out the driveway, backs out. Moment the rear tire leaves the driveway, kid is crying. Like, oh my God, he knows. He senses his food source has left him.
Mm-hmm.
He's having so much separation anxiety. Don't you know about object permanence, boy?
Yes, right. Oh, so here comes Dad. You don't want Dad.
He never wants Dad, quite honestly. So, you know, I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm trying to talk to him, and there's no reasoning with this kid.
Yeah.
And I'm bouncing him up and down. He doesn't want any of that. I'm like, what do I do? So I went and I got his a bottle out of the fridge, warmed it up. I'm trying to warm it up, but he's just wailing away. And I'm like, oh my God, warm up, bottle, warm up.
Like, you're gonna get the cops called on this.
Yeah. So I sit down and I hold him, and I tip the bottle, and it just pours all over him. And I'm like, God damn it, because I didn't screw the top on tight.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's wonderful. And so, you know, he's trying to suck on this nipple, and it's leaking out of his mouth, and I'm like, where's a rag to wipe this kid's face? And I'm reaching for a rag, and he's mad because I'm, you know, bouncing him around, and
Yeah.
then he won't eat the bottle. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I start carrying him around some more, and that's not doing anything. So I'm like, oh God. So one of the things that you learn is skin on skin contact. Like when they're first born, there's like a chemical reaction that happens, and it's a whole sciencey thing that nerds will tell you about, and I don't know, hormones and whatnot. But anyways, It's a good thing if your baby has skin on skin contact. It calms them down. There's some sort of bonding thing that happens.
Sure. Whatever. Yeah. Placebo.
I don't know. So I'm like, So I'm like, I strip the kid. I'm like, maybe he's hot. And then I get the idea in my head, skin on skin contact. So I whip off my shirt and I'm like, skin on skin contact. I'm saying it out loud, which is weird because he doesn't understand what I'm saying. I'm sounding like a lunatic. And, you know, I'm holding this baby on my bare chest and he's crying even louder. I'm like, God, what do I do? What do I do?
Well, I'm glad you didn't like shake it or whatever.
You don't shake the baby. I learned that in like, I don't know, true crime podcast and stuff.
Yeah. Le Mans class.
Le Mans class.
Do they even do those anymore?
I didn't have one.
Yeah. I think it's just for the mom anyway, right?
I guess. I don't know. She's an old veteran of the game, so she didn't take any Le Mans class.
An old hat.
Yeah, she's an old hat. I mean, she's so good with this kid, and I'm like the worst. I just feel so bad. So, you know, the skin on skin contact didn't work, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And like 10 minutes has passed, and he's just red face crying. I'm like, oh my God. So finally, I get the bright idea. Oh, his diaper, you know?
Yeah.
So I check his diaper, and it's like soaked, and I feel so bad. The diaper's soaked. He pooed all over the place. I'm like, oh, this will solve everything. All right. So I take the diaper off and I throw it to the side. And they always say about these boys, you know, you got to cover the ween because you don't cover that peen, they're going to pee all over you. I never believed it.
Yeah.
Right.
He got you, huh?
Oh, he got me good. It's so weird because this kid was 8 pounds when he was born. This is 5 days later. I mean, just a small baby boy. And I swear to God that peen had the pressure of imagine a protest in the fire department and riot squad showing up and they got the pressure hose and they're like trying to disrupt all the protesting. That's what this kid did. It was so ridiculous. I've never seen such arc and power from something so small. I'm
Such
like,
a brand new, what is it, the prostate or whatever that makes the pee come out?
he's like, I got to break in this prostate, Dad.
Like, stand back.
I don't even think that's a real thing, but that's funny, so I said it.
Yeah, breaking in the prostate. Did he get you in the face?
No, but all over my clothes, just all over me. You know,
it's like, how do you like this skin on skin contact now?
Here's skin on skin. You know,
Was he laughing?
No, he's 5 days old.
No,
humor is lost on him. You know,
oh, damn it!
Right?
I can teach a kid a thing or two.
So I was, you know, I recovered quickly from that, and I go to put the diaper on finally. And in the meantime, on his changing pad, there's pee all over the place. It's just this puddle. So I go to put on this diaper, and he decides to shit all over the place. I'm like, oh, my God, what is happening?
That's great. So is he on the couch at this point?
Finally, I get that diaper on him, and you know, he's calmed down a little bit, but still quite moody. And Mom finally gets back, and I'm like, never again. Don't ever leave again.
What'd she do? Like go to grab Taco Bell or something?
She went to pick up another kid or something. I don't even remember.
Now you got 4 kids. And how old is he now? 2 months?
2 months old.
Wow. That means we haven't podcasted in like 2 months.
Well, and now you know why, dear listener. I've been covered in fecal matter. And
And it's a bummer he's not making these memories. You know, you're just going to have to tell him. You're just going to have to write these stories down.
I don't have to. I have this audio diary, you see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like today, blank shit on the couch again.
Yeah. One day I'm going to give them all the advice in the world. Number one, don't listen to the podcast your stupid old man used to do with his dumb friend.
Used to, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You have an ending for this.
Oh, the end.
What do the girls think of him?
Oh, they adore him.
Oh, good.
He's going to be so spoiled, this kid.
Yeah, does he like them?
Seems to.
Okay. So you're the only one he doesn't
I'm the odd man out. I'm the scum of the universe. Yeah.
Smart kid.
I swear to God, sometimes he'll be in the best mood and then he'll see me and he'll get so mad.
He's like, not this guy.
Yeah, this guy again? Are you kidding me?
Probably gonna dump milk all over my neck.
Yeah. Why don't you attend to my needs properly, father?
That's what he's gonna be saying at 7.
Yeah. I mean, one day I hope we get past all this animosity and I'll sit him down and I'll give him all the wisdom in the world. I'll say, son, making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. And I'll say, as long as we've got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands. I'll say everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. I'll say sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you get a feeling like you need some kind of change. I'll say it takes different strokes to move the world. I'll say you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have, son, the facts of life.
Wow. Look at that.
Wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pure wisdom. And then once that sinks in, I will put my hand on his shoulder and I will say, son, drop that beat, T-boy.
Put it in, put it in, put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here though. We never been this out here. Woo!
So strange when it's changing the sea.
What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby.
I've seen the hard times and the pressures been on me.
Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz to the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something, or live to be 9 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind, and I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. I'm coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Bay City, Michigan. My name is Randy, and with me is my astounding, astonishing, fantabulous co-host. His name is Tommy. What's up, sir? How are you?
I am doing great. How are you?
You are doing great. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man, I love when you stutter like a porky pig, huh?
I am a porky pig.
I agree with that whole hog. Here we are, the old MRS back again. We're just coasting along on a hope and a dream. Give a full-throated yelp of glee, for we have returned. You know?
Yeah, this is good.
This is good. So good. So good. So fucking good. We're going to win your hearts, win your minds, win your loves, because winners win. They get more attention. They get more pieces of the Aggro-Crag, and we're going to reach for that Aggro-Crag.
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
Yeah, reach for the Aggro-Crag.
Reach for the aggro. What's the Aggro-Crag?
Oh, you never watched Nickelodeon's Guts?
I mean, I know of it, but I was doing better things with my time.
What, writing poetry or something?
Maybe.
Jesus.
Maybe.
We are the big dumb comedy show known as Miserable Retail Slave. And I'm going to do something, Tommy,
Okay.
that has never been done before. Never
Okay.
in the history of podcasting. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are holding on to the very edge of your stupid seat. Are you ready for this, Tommy? Are you ready for this announcement?
I think so.
Okay. All right, here it goes. I wish I had a drum roll queued up, but I don't. And I don't have time to add it in post, you see.
Yeah.
I, tonight, am going to drink a beer, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
I know, right? I don't care about anything other than screwing up my mind tonight. So, it's so cutting edge. We're edgy shock jocks, just a pair of shocking jockeys, and I'm drinking a beer.
Well, drink a beer. Is that like a Luke Bryan song?
I don't know what that even means. What's this?
Don't know the Luke Bryan?
He sounds like a guy that changes my muffler.
No, that's Brian Luke.
Oh, I see. Oh, man, I am so tired right now. I'm just lip syncing the show, and I'll hire some man with golden radio voice to dub all my lines later and post.
Well, you might not have school tomorrow, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm saying you might not have work.
Yeah, because I'm 12 years old. We don't talk about my job on this podcast. What are you doing?
Oh, no. I thought we have.
Oh, God. I'm sorry I got so angry with you. It's the beer. I hate drinking. It's dumb. But I do like when other people drink.
Yeah.
I do like this because I was scrolling through my my notes app on my phone, which is a great thing to scroll through once in a while before the program here.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered this delicious gem from this summer. Me and my cousin Paulie Walnuts, we stayed at this cabin over the summer, me and our families.
Mm-hmm.
And next door, they were having some sort of, I don't know, grand party.
Okay.
Bunch of gray hairs and
Ooh.
pot bellies just drinking and carrying on all night.
Yeah.
And so Walnuts had set up a fire and we were sitting around it. And for whatever reason, everyone went inside to tend to children or something. And I'm just selfish, I guess, because I was the only one by the fire at this time. And next door, they were cleaning up. And I made sure to quickly type this in my notes app as they were having this conversation. They were having a convo about a charcuterie board. You know what this is?
I do.
What is it, Tommy?
Charcuterie board is like, it's just like a crackers and cheese and some sort of probably ring bologna or salami or summer sausage, maybe.
Sure. So apparently they had one of these because, they're drinking, they're having a party, whatever. So these two men were cleaning up at the end of the night. Man number one says, well, there's the charcuterie board. Lots of charcuterie. Lots of cooterie.
Okay, yeah.
Other guy says, that's my favorite cooterie.
Ooh.
Cooters.
Okay.
Other guy says, that's right. Guy number one says, there's a plastic bag here. A charcuterie bag, probably.
Oh, no.
Guy number two responds, a bag of cooters. And that's why I love when people drink, Tommy. I want to get other people drunk and listen to them talk. That's the bar and reality show I want to watch. Let's get them pissy drunk and have them talk about all the issues or just random conversations. That's what I want.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be fun. Do that.
That's what I want to do. You mentioned the diaper party earlier, and I've got a bone to pick with you because you had this diaper party, and I couldn't show, because I'm selfish. But, so the whole goal of a diaper party is to gather diapers for this poor bastard that's about to have a child. And you hoarded these diapers for the longest time.
Somebody it was like a week and a half, but
I'm sorry. Do you think my son did not poop in that week and a half?
You never got a hold of me. I didn't want to bother you. I figured give him a week to think about his newborn baby.
I was thinking about how much he was pooping. That's all I was thinking about. I had a river of poop flowing through the middle of my living room, and the poop drew rats into the house, and then the flies. No. My God, Tommy, the flies. You wouldn't believe it. The flies turned into a hand and picked up the baby. Yeah, all because you were too lazy to give me diapers.
I don't know about all this.
Oh, I know about all this because it happened in real life.
Yeah, from the party's like, Randy get his diapers yet? I'm like, no. But it was like a week and a half later, I think. It wasn't the week after he was born. It was the week after that.
Lord forbid you should drive up to my house. I mean, you've never been here in your entire stupid life.
I have too.
You've been here to my home?
Yes, I picked you up.
When?
When we went hiking.
Oh, I guess that's true.
We've never been inside.
Yeah.
But I would not invite myself.
You should. Everyone else does.
Well, I have manners. You see?
You have since fucking when? Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yeah, I figured I'd give you a few days to get acquainted with your boy. Maybe play some catch or something. And then I get a hold of you, and so we got a hold of each other, and we decided that we should get you those diapers. And did you use them all?
No, there's still some diapers.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, I had a whole stockpile.
That's good.
It is good. Wipes. Diapers are expensive, and I don't need to buy them.
I hope you had some on hand when he was first born.
I didn't. I was counting on you completely, and you let me down. Hence the rivers of poo in my house.
Be there at the hospital.
Yeah, you should have been.
Cancel the party.
You don't even care about my son. That's all I know.
You're who?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you for, I don't know, it seems like 74 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Would you hold my baby?
Would you? Yeah. Why not?
Really? You're a man that holds babies?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be super excited about it.
What's
nervous.
That mean?
I'd be nervous. Like,
you wouldn't be super excited about it that one of your great friends in the whole history of your stupid life has a son here, and you wouldn't be excited?
I'm excited about that. It's like what's the Mike Birbiglia line? Oh no, Mike dropped the baby.
Oh my God, why would you drop my baby?
I don't know. That's the joke. That's like Mike's joke. He's like, like that's what he envisions would happen if he held a baby.
I would worry about you getting beard all over my baby. I don't know where your face has been.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. That's a good point.
It is a good. What's going? I hate to ramble on about my own stupid life.
But
that's what I do now because I have a kid, and that's all I'll ever talk about till the rest of my time on Earth.
Yeah, I have nothing. Nothing's going on in my stupid life.
Yeah, that's shocking that you're a big nothing. Ugh.
Yeah, managing the restaurant and doing a little bit of comedy, not too much, but that's by design. I'm having a really good time at that restaurant. So
yeah,
I really enjoy the restaurant.
You're a special attraction now. That's what you are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't want to dilute your brand by being at every bus stop in the world. You gotta pick and choose your battles.
That's true. I've been saying no to a lot of things.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did. I did go down to Illinois and headline a club down there recently, and that was fun. But the bummer of the whole thing was after I committed to that, Mr. Dave Landau asked me to go with him to the Improv in Kansas City for the weekend. So I had to tell Dave no, which was not fun. So, good. You take the good, you take the bad, right?
That's what I told my son.
Wasn't that you were saying? Yeah, exactly.
My own original words.
Right. So, you know how it goes.
You don't have to tell me, brother. I know. I know the game.
Yeah, so there's really nothing. About to be 40 in a couple weeks.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think you guys are coming to my birthday party. I think.
Yeah. That's the plan.
I'm just gonna leave old Blank home alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a real Macaulay Culkin. He's gonna
he's old enough.
borderline murder 2 wet bandits, and it's gonna be great.
Okay, yeah. We'll see what happens, right?
Turning 40, man. I turned 41. It's been a real momentous year for me. You know, I celebrated my 1-year anniversary about a week or 2 ago.
Okay.
Wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
I had a son, and I turned 41. It's been a year, huh?
Yeah, good for you.
I was on the internet the other day, and there's this article that popped up. If you use Firefox as a browser, you fucking nerds, they have this thing called Pocket, and it aggregates all these like news sites and whatever. And one of them that popped up on this thing was hip exercises for men over 40. And it had this gray-haired man, you know, his hair was all gray, and he's, you know, stretching or whatever in the picture. And then there's a blurb of the article, and I clicked on it and I started reading it, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm over 40.
You are. You just realized that?
When did this happen? Someone stop this march of time, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, man, it's I'm getting maybe I won't see 40. I was gonna say I never thought I'd see 40, but maybe I won't see 40. We'll see. We've got a couple weeks to figure that out. But
do you know when we started this stupid podcast, I was 30 and you were 29? What the fuck?
And we're still doing it.
Here we are.
We don't learn very well.
We're gonna get famous any day now. I can just feel it.
Yeah.
That's how you get famous, by the way. You, I don't know, not release an episode of a podcast for 4 fucking months.
Yeah. Yeah, you make them wait a little bit.
I mean, leave them in breathless anticipation. That's
make
what I say.
Make them forget about you.
Make them forget about you. Then come back strong.
That's right.
That's right.
Which I think we're doing one of those things. At least we're coming back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you feel like we have the power tonight, like we're some kind of masters of the universe. We're going to take a short little break. You're listening to MRS, the Mystery Rebel Senseis. We'll be right back.
I can bounce to this shit. Well, I'm akin to the lion, spirit forged with the iron, wherewithal to the wolves and lyrics born in the silence. You been used to some bullshit, now you hearing some science. Scare my fears up in the face with the sheerest defiance. Keep it weird till I die, that's my shit. And if they're hating, I'ma hit them with the fiercest of kindness. I can peer in your eyes and see we clearly divided by the way that you're hiding. Come on, unleash the vibrance for the dearly departed. We ain't just merely surviving. And I ain't talking about some planes when I'm saying I'm fly, but this dream is so lucid.
Welcome back to the sausage. Hope you're having a great old, grand old, stellar old time. Do us a great big favor. Tell everyone you know about this podcast. Miserable Retail Slave. Leave us a 5-star positive iTunes review. A review, apparently. That's how you say review in, I don't know, French or Portuguese or something. Who can tell? Do that anyways. Also, Tommy, I've got it in my stupid pointy head. We're going to change the name of the podcast. I've decided.
We are?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's time.
Wow. What, do we have a new name?
I don't know.
Doug Goodwin's podcast.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like we've grown past the Miserable Retail Slave brand. It's no longer on point. I feel very, I don't know, weird about the whole slave part of the name.
Yeah, we've talked about that
Yes,
before.
we have, and I've continued to think about it, so we're probably going to change the name. I don't know what to, but that's going to be coming in the coming months, probably.
Yeah, okay.
We're progressing. We're advancing. We're evolving like we're some amazing Pokemon.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think that the only thing that I don't think I think that it's a little scary to change the name, but I don't think we have enough people like typing in our name every week for it to matter.
Not anymore. Yeah, now's the perfect time to rebrand because we done plummeted our entire audience over the year. Well, by our lack of shows. So
Yeah. I think another thing we should do with the new rebranding is we should get back to Randy's career fair, or not necessarily that, but segments. We should get back to
Segments,
segments.
yes. I know. I agree. We should have more segments.
Yeah. So, like, is Tommy drinking this week? That'd be a good one. I've been drinking a little over a week, so that's weird. It feels weird, but it feels good. I'm starting to get a little bored at night, though. I'm starting to go to bed like by 9 o'clock every night. It's getting a little boring, so I need to find something. I think I still have my gym membership that I haven't been using, so I think I might start doing that. But
that's the thing I've discovered. If you're an I'm sorry. If you're an older person, and you don't drink at night, there's really no reason to stay up anymore.
It's not. I've been going to bed by like 9 o'clock. This is the latest I've stayed up in like a week and a half.
So I am obsessed with this kid. I've said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking of all the ways how I'm trying not to fuck up this kid's life.
Yeah.
I went to the store the other day, and I had this thought. I'm like, oh, great. Let's check out this toy aisle here. Let's see what's real popular among the cool boys. You know, because I don't want my kid to be an out of it. I want him to be on the cutting edge of everything that's awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, my new favorite place is the Walmart parking lot. I've decided because it smells like my grandma, which is a weird thing to say, but my grandma, I don't know, she used to smoke a lot. And whenever I smell like cigarette smoke, it reminds me of my grandma, which is either touching or sad, depending on how you think of it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, you can't smoke publicly anymore. It's like a shameful hush-hush secret. And really, honestly, between you and me, who smokes cigarettes anymore anyways?
It's just all vapes. At the restaurant I work at, I got to walk through fucking clouds of vapes almost constantly.
Everybody vaping the asses off. Ugh.
It's like, go have a cigarette like a real man.
But apparently, in my excursions, the Walmart parking lot is the place to really gather and puff away your day. It smells just like all that secondhand smoke that used to cling to your coat in the glory days of a long bar night. Remember that? You grab your coat the next morning and go, oh my God, I smell like some arsonist boot.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny because the restaurant I work at, we opened in 2004, and I was there back then because I really progressed in jobs and life and stuff.
Yeah, you're real good at it. I look up to you in that manner.
We used to have a smoking section. I totally forgot about it until today. I was playing on my phone because there's a snowstorm happening, and there's literally nobody in the restaurant. And there was enough stuff that we couldn't clean anymore. And so I looked over and I saw that we still have the no smoking sign by one of the booths, and that just made me chuckle. Like, I just want some guy to come in with a cigarette dangling on his lips and go, oh, man. You know? Like, a good thing that sign's there.
Good thing.
Yeah,
it's the only thing between you and sheer cigarette anarchy.
Right. Just some slicked back 50-year-old.
So anyways, I go to this toy aisle, and let me tell you something, dear listeners. By the way, you can really tell the quality of store that you're in based on the toy aisle. I said that weird, toy aisle. I dare you to tell me any differently. Rule of thumb, if you're in a toy aisle and it has rubber snakes, then it's probably a trash store. You're shopping in the poverty barn or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a place that has rubber snakes and it has action figures that don't even make sense, like you can buy an action figure of a mailman or something.
Yeah.
Real Heroes of America with real letter carrier grip and ultra-realistic 9-to-5 daily grind depression. Nobody wants that shit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want an action figure of anything that I could do for a living. I could never be a Ninja Turtle. I could never cut off Skeletor's head with a mighty sword, so that's what I want. You keep your profession toys. Oh, he's a dump truck driver? Oh, exciting. Go drop a load.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What do you think your son's gonna grow up to be? Maybe you should get him the action figure that goes with that.
He's going to be a baseball player.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
should put on A League of Their Own and Angels in the Outfield and Rookie of the Year.
The Natural.
The Natural, that's a good one. Field of
Dreams. Bull Durham.
Yeah. Oh, what's the one with Charlie Sheen?
Major League.
Yeah. You should just play that over and over again.
On
He's
repeat.
not Wild Thing Fun. Then.
I mean, this kid's going to be such a jock. He's going to be lifting weights next week. It's going to be great.
Kicking his dad out of his house. Get out of here, loser.
That's fine with me. We can go to the beach and he can kick sand in his face. I want him to be just the best boy he can be.
Right? Okay.
So
Yeah,
I go down this toy aisle because I want to become aware of all the hot trends. And this is what I saw. Do you know what I saw, Tommy, down this toy aisle? All the boy toys, all the action figures. You know what I saw?
What?
Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, and He-Man.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I had all these toys because they were the same exact models and molds that I had as a kid, just all repackaged nostalgia. And I'm like, this is all aimed at fat-bellied fanboys that shed all their fat tears over their lost youth. By the way, I'm a fatty now too, so I understand. I just want my kid to play with a cool Spider-Man toy, but I don't want to spend $30 to do it.
Yeah, okay.
And you're like, Randy, just let your kid play with your childhood toys if they're the same exact thing now. And I'm like, no way, man, they're vintage. He can't touch them.
Yeah, you can't throw them in the bathtub and let them roll them around like it's a rubber ducky.
I expected a better payoff on that. I thought you would enjoy that story. You did not. You did not.
I did. The rubber snakes was a nice touch.
It's a true observation. What did you play with when you were a kid?
I was really big into. Wow, you just reminded me of Captain Power. Did you ever play that?
Oh, yeah, I did. So Captain Power had these action figures, and they had this shitty show on TV, right?
Yep.
And it was supposed to be, if you got the action figures and watched the show on TV, like they would interact somehow. Do you remember this?
Yeah, because you had the it was like Nintendo before it was Nintendo, and you put was it a videotape you put in your TV in your VCR or something?
I thought so, but wasn't it just on regular TV too?
Maybe, and then it was something to do with it interacted. God, I hadn't thought about Captain Power in forever.
Yeah, it was like an interactive thing.
Yeah. Because this was pre-Nintendo. I didn't even know I could go back this far. Wow. Look what no drinking for a week has done for me.
Yeah. I had the actual Captain Power toy, Captain Power himself, and I had one of the bad guy robots. And
wasn't there a gun? I think there was a gun, right?
I don't know.
I think there was a gun and you shot the TV, I thought. But maybe
you're right. There was so Captain Power had this light thing in his chest.
Yeah.
It was it was like a, I don't know. It was like a glass thing or something. And you're supposed to shine something into it and into the TV. And I think during the episode, there would be a part of it where you would have to put the light through his chest. And there was I don't know, these robots or something on screen.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going to Google the shit out of this.
Yeah, but so I had Captain Power. I might have had one of his shitty sidekicks or something.
Yeah, right.
And then I had the bad guy robot thing, and I don't know.
Well, you remember more about it than I'm sure it's all going to come back when I Google it. But yeah, wow. So,
Well,
yeah.
this is what I remember about that. Like, I was real excited to try this out, and it never worked for me. It never worked.
Yeah. I remember it being. I remember as soon as Nintendo came out, I was like, just got rid of Captain Power like immediately.
Because I'm like, how could this possibly work?
Right.
You just dupe my parents into spending all this money on stuff that doesn't work.
Right.
And that's what the 80s were all about.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I was really little, that was probably, I think I got Nintendo in 87. Does that sound right? 88, maybe? So
Yeah,
it's like 5 or 6 when I got Nintendo.
All right. You were an early adopter. I don't think I got a Nintendo until I was older.
Yeah, my parents got it for me. I remember my birthday at 87, I think, or 88. I remember my dad telling me before I even got the presents. Now, we did not get you a Nintendo, so don't. I remember that because I was like, oh man. But I was still really excited. It didn't like ruin my birthday or anything. But the reason why is because he wanted to get it for Christmas because he wanted my brother, who was like 2, to have it as well. So I just had to wait a couple more weeks and we got it for Christmas. But and so I played with Nintendo a lot, but then, around 5 or 6, I found out there was like 30 kids in my neighborhood. So, once we started going to school and stuff, so I just never played with anything. I just ran around the neighborhood with the kids for years.
And
I never really had toys after that. I mean, my parents would buy me stuff, but it would be more like backyard football and baseball and basketball and hide and seek and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, and Captain Power went sadly forgotten.
So did Nintendo, really. I mean, I'd play it every once in a while, but most of the time I'd just be outside. I mean, you got to play a game of Tecmo Super Bowl here or there, but
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what'd you play with as kid? I mean, of course, Ninja Turtles, but that was more of we would play as Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean?
Ah.
I
had
my friends and.
I don't know. I had like all the action figures of Ninja Turtles. I was obsessed with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
It was my favorite thing.
Yeah, I had the little guys. Yeah. And I had all the wrestlers, the WWF guys.
I never had any of those. I always wanted them.
I still got a couple of them.
I want
I
them.
gotta find them. They're in a box somewhere, and they're like the super hard rubber ones.
Those are the best ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I saw one a few years ago, and it was either Mr. Wonderful or Hillbilly Jim, but his nose wasn't there. It was just like it looked like a chimp came up and bit his nose off.
Well, sure. Yeah. Those things were all. I knew a kid that had all of them, and I was so pissed off because I had none of them, and I wanted them all.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But those, some of them are worth some money. Some of them are. But most of them are all fucked up because, kids actually played with shit.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. Mine were beat to hell. They'd have like marks on them and, like they've been thrown downstairs.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what you did with your toys. You actually played with them. That's what pisses me off when I went down this aisle and I saw all these action figures. They're all in this fucking fancy packaging and they cost $30, and I'm like, I mean, how am I supposed to let my kid bash this against a rock?
Right.
I should have mentioned all along, it's me and Tommy and also our unseen co-host that's like, I don't know, maybe 6 feet away from me, Ozzy the Rabbit.
Ah, I didn't know you had a rabbit.
Oh, well, so here's the story. So a few months ago, I saw this sign in the gas station, and it's the only sign in this gas station. Somebody made it, and it was a lost animal sign.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if this person was like a frequent customer or really just, I don't know, was the saddest person that anyone's ever seen to get permission to hang this sign in this gas station. But okay. And the sign was for a lost ferret.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And the picture of this ferret, whose name was Gemma.
What?
Yeah, Gemma the ferret.
Okay.
Gemma.
Okay.
Gemma.
Yeah. Okay.
And Gemma was wearing a pink sweater.
Okay.
And she's looking at the camera with a sideways quizzical glance, like as if to say, "Hey there, Buster, what y'all looking at?"
Okay.
And every time I left this gas station, I gave the same sideways quizzical glance at this poster.
Mhm.
I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing ever, this poster.
Sure. Sounds like it.
But then I started to really think about this. And when I thought about it, I'm like, well, that's pretty brave and also pretty sad.
Yeah.
Because somebody's ferret is lost. And obviously the owner of this ferret is so brokenhearted, they had to put up a poster of this thing. And now I live in one of the major cities of Michigan here.
Yeah.
And if a ferret gets loose, I don't know that you're going to find this ferret.
Right.
I don't know. And
It's a feral ferret.
it's a feral ferret. And, you know, this is on the south end of town, this gas station. And if the ferret gets lost around here, around that area, then, you know, I'm sorry, there's a bunch of rednecks. And who knows? The Backwoods Yeet Club was probably kicking that thing around like a hacky sack. Who knows?
Ooh, it's the poor side of the town, huh?
It's not a great part of town. I said rednecks. I didn't say poor, Tommy.
Oh.
How dare you classify rednecks as poor?
Whoops-a-daisy.
Oopsie poopy.
Oh, is that what you and Blank say all the time?
Yeah, we say oopsie poopsie as he just creates abstract art with his feces
On your shirt.
all over my shirt. And actually, Ozzy the Bunny is like standing up straight. He knows I'm talking about him.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm getting back to the point here. You know, the more I started to think about it, the more I started to sympathize with whoever created this poster. Because I don't know if you know this, dear listener, but as you get older, you get a little bit more sensitive to life. And I tell you what, having a son, a kid at the age of 40, really puts things in perspective for me. Because I'm not sure that I was mature enough 20, 10, even 5 years to have a kid like this.
Ooh, okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
not sure. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
So it puts things into perspective. You know, I'm older. I'm 41 now. I'm calculating ages when he's going to graduate, and I've been thinking about mortality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think about this stupid Gemma the sweater ferret, and I get sad. And so we bought this rabbit Ozzy because we had
An emotional support rabbit.
No, we had a rabbit before this. Her name was Harriet. Well, here's the wacky coincidence. The rabbit's name that we just bought, Ozzy, was already named Ozzy. And I was like, oh, that's a fun coincidence, right?
Ozzy and Harriet, yeah.
Yeah. So the thing was, you know, this rabbit's been around for 3 years. The kids adored her. And, you know, we wanted her to have a friend. We're going to leave her outside this year. She's going to have a friend, and it's going to be great. And so, you know, we get this rabbit. We do all this research about who bonds the best with female rabbits. And we watch. Oh, my God, they're getting along. Oh, this is going to work out. This is so awesome. She's got a friend.
And then Ozzy ate Harriet?
No. Harriet died.
What? How?
Good question.
Oh.
Good question.
You sure Ozzy didn't kill Harriet?
Pretty sure. Harriet randomly dies. And all is right. And it shouldn't have been a big emotional thing for me because I had a very hot and cold relationship with Harriet. I hated the fucking thing for the longest time until I started feeding her and every day on a daily basis. And I'm like, oh, you know what? She's not so bad.
Yeah.
And I started to grow fond of this rabbit. Oh my God, so fond of this rabbit. And then she dies.
Oh, is that just what happens? Rabbits just die?
I mean,
Like everything else in the world, I guess.
everything dies, Tommy. That's a fact.
Oh, but maybe everything dies someday, comes back.
If I get haunted by a ghost rabbit, I'm gonna be scared. That's all I'm gonna say.
Harriet.
Yes. So of course, when I'm going to reach for this rabbit and take it out, the girls pull in. Their grandma had them, and they pull in. I'm like, oh my God, you know?
Like running up the driveway. Harriet.
Yeah. I mean, like, oh Jesus Christ. The girls
So
left.
what'd you do with the rabbit? Did you like hide him behind like a throw pillow or something?
What would you do? There was a dead rabbit. I just stuffed it in my pants, obviously. I mean, come on. That was the only rational thing to do.
This is what's gonna happen to you, Ozzy, if you go dying on me.
Exactly. You know, I dig the hole in the backyard, and it comes time to grab the rabbit, and I'm like, I go to Pookie, my wife, whom I adore, and I was like, do you want to see Harriet before we bury her? She's like, yeah. So I open up the hutch, and there's Harriet, and she goes, aw, and then I just break down in tears. I just start crying. I just start bawling.
Aw.
Yeah. And so my wife, Pookie, whom I adore, actually buried the rabbit because I couldn't bring myself to bury the rabbit.
So what'd you tell the girls?
Oh, we told everything, you know? And I'm not sure why I broke down. Sure, I had an emotional attachment to the thing. Maybe it was knowing we had to tell the girls and knowing their response. And I don't know, maybe it was all my thoughts of mortality and whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was a combination of all those things. Did you guys have rabbit stew?
No, we buried the rabbit in the backyard.
Did you put a cross?
No.
No, there's like not a spot to go mourning.
There is a spot to go mourning. They were going to design headstones, but apparently they forgot all about it.
How soon Harriet's been forgotten.
They're all going to get tattoos of Harriet on their shoulder, just like you have your beloved Tootsie on your shoulder.
Hey, Tootsie was in my dream the other night, and that is the best thing.
Do you know where Tootsie's buried?
No.
Well, then shut the fuck up.
We didn't do that. We took her to the vet, and she just never came back.
Oh my God! Did you garbage bag her?
I don't know. I just remember. Well, since you told your sad story, they haven't changed the station yet. I woke up one night and I could hear my dog in the basement making noise, so I went down there, and it was having seizures, slamming its head up against the cement, and there was blood flying everywhere and shit. And so I go running upstairs. I had my friend Blake over, and I go running upstairs and I wake my parents up, and I remember screaming at my mom that the dog is dying. And I remember my mom saying, he's not dying, or she's not dying, go back to sleep. And I was like, the dog's fucking dying. And I was like in 7th grade or something. So my dad gets up and he's like, I remember he's trying to get me to hog tie her because we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do. Like, we were just trying to get like her. She was just flailing around everywhere.
Remember how I taught you to throw a lasso, son?
Yeah, and I just couldn't quit crying. And I remember my dad being like, "If she needs you, this is the most she's ever needed you," or whatever. So we like end up like throwing a blanket over her and like wrapping her up in a blanket and carrying her to the van. And by the time we got her to the van, she had actually stopped having a seizure. And so my dad just told me to tell her goodbye. He's like, "I'm not going to lie to you. This might be the last time you've seen her." And so I told her goodbye, and then I just never cried again. And I knew I remember Blake kept saying, and I wasn't even crying when I told her goodbye. I just cried when my dad was like trying to get her to stop flailing around. And I remember Blake kept saying, "Oh, she'll be back. She'll be fine." And I kept saying, "No, she's not coming back." And so like I knew, and I never cried, but every once in a while she visits me in my dreams, and yeah, I got her tattooed on my arm. So how about that?
I mean, my dog, the moment we got her, I was like, oh man, I'm going to be so sad when she dies.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why. I mean, the girls kind of want one, but they've never really pushed. And you know where we live by a road, and there's super big dump trucks that go down the road all the time that shake the house. And I'm like, no, because if this dog gets out like one time, it's gonna end up like fucking Gage in Pet Cemetery. And yeah, I just don't want it to die in 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Every day I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be so devastated when this wonderful dog dies.
It's the worst, isn't it? Like, it's the worst. Like, how do these people just go through life like do like it's all rainbows and no clouds.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how do these people? How are they so goddamn happy?
Stop being happy. I
Right.
mean,
Haven't you witnessed trauma?
yeah. Haven't you lived a life? Haven't you been through the shit?
Yeah, like these old 60-year-old ladies that are on their seventh dash hound or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, well, Susie died, so now we got old Peppermint.
Yeah. Well, how many husbands do you have? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's funny.
So, anyways, that's why Ozzy's next to me, because he's being treated like a rabbit prince.
Never letting him out of your sight.
Never.
Give him some Bud Light. See if it knocks him over.
Oh, that's a great idea. This has been the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Soon to be a different name.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
New, bold branding. Same old taste. If you like what you heard, share it with a friend. My biggest platform for pushing the show, the reason we had thousands of listeners, was on Twitter.com. I don't know what that's gonna.
Yeah, what is
gonna
going on
be.
with that? I know Elon Musk bought it, and then like what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that Twitter.com will last past this year. So
Is there like certain rules you have to follow now?
no, it's just being mismanaged by him, and I don't know. I don't know that it'll be a thing long term. So
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it. But there'll be something else.
oh yeah. There'll always be something else. That's always been the knock on. I mean, people long ago were saying, "Hey, don't hitch your post to one form of social media because they could all go away."
Yeah.
And here's the evidence. I mean,
Yeah,
it happened to MySpace. Why not Twitter?
Live journal.
Live journal. Oh my God.
I just love how everybody's still to remember everybody else, and they just keep making like a better thing.
Yeah.
Or what they think is better.
But if you subscribe on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever, that'll be good enough for us, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I dig it. I dig it.
This is year 10 of Miserable Retail Slave. We thank you so much for listening. Did you have something to say? You were going to open your mouth there.
No, I'm good. I'm listening. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're back, and whether or not Tommy's on board or not, I'm gonna make this a regular thing again because I miss doing it.
It'll be fun.
I need to rant and rave every once and again. So
Sure.
Until next time, stay miserable. Bye bye.